A Sustainability.
Can you say Ashland Water Treatment Plant?
Ashland Water Treatment Plant. Life is water.
Hi guys, today we are going to talk about sustainability and especially the Ashland watershed, so follow us to the water waste treatment plant.
Hi, I'm Jessica and I'm here today at the Ashland Wastewater Treatment Plant. We're doing a video for our sustainability group, and this is...
My name is Ron Pollock. I'm an operator out here at the wastewater plant.
Hi Ron, can you give us a general overview of what the Ashland Wastewater Treatment Plant does?
What we do here is we basically treat all the sewage that comes from your household, and we really don't have any industrial here, but anything that comes from your drains and your showers, your toilets, anything from the residents comes in here to the wastewater plant to be treated and turned into clean water so that we can discharge it into the creek. The whole process behind this plant is biological, and in the summertime it also adds a bit of filtration, mechanical filtration. But we're trying to separate two different solids out of the water. One is suspended solids, one is settleable solids. The biological aspect of the plant uses microscopic organisms as well as bacteria that will pull out suspended and settleable solids both. The bacteria is the main part of the plant that breaks down ammonia and takes the suspended solids and treats them and turns them into nitrates.
Did you know that the water treatment facility provides clean water to 21,000 people in Ashland?
And all the water used in Ashland is cleaned in Ashland and returned to Bear Creek.
Any of the future plans happening or things that are in the works for the plant?
Things have been bounced around as to whether or not we're going to be building another oxidation ditch or another clarifier. We're going to be doing some upgrades to the UV disinfection. And we just purchased property right across the creek, which some of it is going to be developed for other areas of the city, but an area right below Eagle Mill Road is supposed to be wetlands. So this is the headworks where we actually get the stuff to come in first. And over here is where we remove the grit that would do damage to the pumps down the way. And we also remove the rags over here with this big old rake that comes down every once in a while. Okay, so the first thing we're doing here is we're breaking down and removing nitrogen from the water. So the water comes in, the bugs are in a state of no oxygen in the water, which is why it's called the anoxic zone. And they do what's called oxygen stripping off the molecules. So we get nitrates that'll come in through the oxidation ditch, come in here, and they'll strip the oxygen molecule to leave only nitrogen gas.
Okay.
So the brown tinting in the water, that is actually all the bugs in the water that you see. We're breaking down the ammonia, the suspended solids that are in the water, and the bugs that are in here will do it through a process of oxidation. So these mixers that we got on each end, they're whipping oxygen into the water as well as bringing the food to the bugs to make the whole process work a lot more efficiently. So it'll break the ammonia down into nitrite and then to nitrate.
Did you know you can help sustain Ashland's water facility by not flushing pharmaceuticals down the toilet?
There's certain things we cannot remove, like hormones or antibiotics or things like that in prescription medications. So that's why it's best not to flush those down the toilet. Okay, where we are right now is the disinfection area for the plant. So we got ultraviolet light down here. Unfortunately, you can't see it. It's in those silver tubes. And we use that instead of chlorine. It doesn't actually kill the microorganisms. What it does is equivalency of neutering your dog or your cat.
It just makes it to where they cannot multiply when they do leave the plant. We utilize this because it's a lot safer, being that the plant is around a bunch of people, than chlorine gas, and it's a lot safer than hypochlorite, because when you use hypochlorite you have to dose it and then you have to use another chemical to remove the hypochlorite from the water. And if any one of those mechanical systems fails, then you could dump hypochlorite, or basically chlorine, into the creek and do a fish kill or kill off anything that's in the creek. Okay, this is the membrane filtration system. So one of our problems that we have to remove is phosphates. So the phosphates get injected, or the water gets injected with aluminum sulfate up at the ditch, and that acts as a coagulant, which takes the phosphate molecules and bunches them up, makes them larger, so that these membranes can remove them. They basically look like a bunch of white spaghetti noodles hanging down. And we got about 260 of them per train, and we got 4 trains here. So these things will filter down to 0.4 microns, and to kind of give you an idea of what that is, the average human hair is between 17 and 25 microns in diameter. In the summertime, this is running, and this is the last stage before it goes to the creek. The whole reason for removing the phosphates is that during the summertime, when the creek is running at a lower level, lower water flow, you don't want to dose it with a fertilizer, which is what the phosphate is, and then cause an algae bloom.
So what happens to what's left over? What are we looking at? What do we have left?
Well, you guys saw the video down at the clarifiers, and basically all the solids that settle to the bottom, all the settleable solids, some of that gets returned back to the ditch, and that's the bugs that are still alive and still doing work. But then a lot of it too, we have to haul off. And so what we do is pump it up here to this big tank here. It's right here on the left where all this plumbing is. And then what it does is it gets pumped up to the upstairs of this building. And we have what's called 2 centrifuges. And it's basically like, the idea is like a washing machine, how you have your clothes in there and they're wet, and then it goes to the spin cycle and it spins it really fast and it de-waters, so it takes all the water out of the solids. In that process too, there's this stuff we use called polymer, and what we do is inject that into the solids, and what that does is it actually makes the solids grab together into like almost a cake form. And then what happens is it comes down through these chutes up above this truck, and we haul all the solids out to the landfill every day. So we take 1 full dump truck out to the landfill, and that's how we get rid of the solids.
Thank you for joining me, Dr. Ada. To recap and conclude, would you like to tell our audience what true sustainability means to you?
You truly sustainable. The community must have clean water.
Well said.